everyone, it's Sunday and a new recipe by Food by a Girl and a Guy. Please join us on our blog, foodbygirlandguy.blogspot.com. Follow us at Twitter, you can see bottom left our name. Follow us at Instagram, we're pretty much everywhere, you cannot miss us. So this Sunday we're going again with a dessert that's an almost brownie but with no wheat flour. And you're going to see what we're using now. So we're using about 220 grams of butter, 170 grams of sugar, 200 grams of chocolate, and of course some almond flour. There it is. That came in last moment. I was putting that in the food processor. Yeah, you can see it here. Actually it was whole almonds. I just made them almond powder. And 5 eggs. You can definitely tell that these are bio eggs. I'm just saying that. I think you understood immediately. So let's get to it. I start by breaking the eggs in a bowl. As I said, these are 5 eggs. It is for a tray of about 22 centimeters. The tray is butter and it is in the fridge now. In the meantime, we're putting the butter and the chocolate to melt. Butter goes in, chocolate goes in. We're just going to leave that to melt nice and slowly at about medium-low heat. Back to the eggs, I'm start breaking the yolks with a whisk and I'm start whisking them. You just want to make them homogeneous, get some air in there, continue whisking and then go with the sugar. As you see, as for all the recipes I'm using brown sugar. No special reason for that, I just think it's better. That's me. So the sugar is in the eggs. I just turn up the heat just a notch. The butter and the chocolate, they are melting nicely. They are becoming shinier and shinier. The fat of the butter gives this lucid surface. The chocolate gives this richness. I can go on about this stuff. It's just beautiful. Every time I do it, I love it. Look at that. And the moment that they are nice melted together, you just take off the heat and you let it cool for a couple of minutes, because this is going to go into the eggs. Yeah, here's me beating the eggs again, because this is going to go to the eggs and you don't want the eggs to get cooked, so you leave that for a few minutes to cool down. And there goes the chocolate. The moment that this goes in, we're going to whisk it, we're going to incorporate it, not too much, we're just going to make this homogeneous, and this is going to look more and more the final cake batter. When I was making that, I was thinking, okay, what's so special about this dessert? What makes it so nice? It is not just the fact that we are not using wheat flour, but this dessert is borderline cream and cake. You're going to see the final result and how juicy and moist this cake is. So then we're adding also the almond, and you can see how nicely this is becoming and how liquid this butter is. And we just incorporate that. As I said at the beginning, this is going to go into a tray about 22 centimeters. It is buttered and it is in the fridge, it's cooling down. And here I'm just mixing a bit more with a spatula, and you can see what a nice texture this thing has. And here comes, let's say, the guest star. That was the last minute inspiration, because there was a thing about chocolate almonds. They go really well together. And then what else goes well with chocolate and almonds? Orange. So the aroma for this almost brownie, it was orange zest. So that going in. And now we're ready to go for baking. In goes the butter. Look how nice and runny and liquid this thing is. So you just put it in. And because you have whisked the eggs and it has some air in, if you leave it like that, it's going to bake uneven. So I'm just throwing some towels, taking the tray and binding it on the surface. I'm going to point now. Yep, here it is, air bubble, broken. So we give it a few pats so that we're breaking down the bigger bubbles. This is going to go into the oven, 180 Celsius, preheated oven, no more than 25 minutes. So you saw the timer, just a bit more. And voila, here comes the final result. You see how nice it is. I'm cutting with a knife. I cannot tell you how effortlessly I did that. the knife was just going smoothly. I was practically making any effort to cut that. And here's the final plating. That was fantastic, amazing. It was hot in the bottom and on top some chocolate ice cream with chocolate chips. Have fun and do not eat alone.